When police arrived, they tried to turn over the unconscious boy lying face down, but his face was horrifically disfigured. The blast that caused this tragedy occurred just after he decided to chew some gum. It's a shocking reminder that sweets can be dangerous in more ways than just adding calories or harmful chemicals. They can be deadly. But how can something as harmless as chewing gum cause such a horrific injury? And what other unexpected dangers can sweets pose to your life? Stay tuned to find out. As always, viewer discretion is advised. On March 25, 2020, a 10-year-old girl named Manvi from Patiala, India, was celebrating her birthday. Her family had ordered a cake from a local bakery, and in this video, we see Manvi blowing out the candles, surrounded by her loved ones. She was smiling and happy, a bittersweet memory because these were her final moments. The guests enjoyed the dessert around 7 p.m., and afterward, Manvi went to bed. The next morning, she complained of a dry mouth, asked for water, and then fell back asleep. When her family checked on her later, she was already unconscious. They rushed her to the hospital, where doctors confirmed she had passed away. The entire family felt ill, and Manvi's sister even vomited. The family submitted the party food for testing, and the results were shocking. The birthday cake contained an excessive amount of saccharin, a synthetic sweetener. In small amounts, it's safe, but in large quantities, it can cause a dangerous spike in blood glucose levels. Unfortunately, the dose Manvi consumed was fatal. But sometimes, the danger isn't in the sweets themselves, but in their packaging. On January 11th, 2024, Orla Baxendale, a 25-year-old dancer from the UK, was in Connecticut preparing to perform in Wonderland. She picked up some cookies for a quick snack. After reading the label, she took a few bites, but within minutes, she was struggling to breathe. Orla, who had a peanut allergy, suffered a severe allergic reaction known as anaphylactic shock. She injected herself with adrenaline, but this time, it didn't work. Orla died from the reaction. The tragic part: peanuts weren't listed on the packaging, but they were later found to be present in the cookies, an oversight that cost Orla her life. This small mistake had fatal consequences. Even seemingly healthy sweets can pose risks. Take the case of a 17-year-old girl, JT, who loved spicy food but suffered from a stomach ulcer. After switching to chewable antacids, she found that the more she ate, the more spicy food she could tolerate. She even believed the calcium in the antacids would strengthen her bones. However, JT began to experience strange symptoms, like losing track of time and frequent bathroom visits. One day, she ate 2 entire bottles of antacids, 108 gummies in total. She lost consciousness and was rushed to the hospital, where doctors diagnosed her with hypercalcemia, a condition where too much calcium in the body disrupts cellular function. Though doctors managed to save her life, JT never fully recovered and still suffers from kidney problems. But sometimes, sweets aren't just accidentally dangerous. They can be used with malicious intent. On Valentine's Day in 1871, a neighbor, Christiana Edmonds, brought the Beard family some chocolate creams. After eating one, Mrs. Beard became violently ill. The neighbor was thrown out, but the danger didn't end there. Soon, others began getting poisoned by the chocolates, leading to a series of mysterious illnesses and even a death. The chocolates came from Maynard's shop, a well-known confectioner. But these particular boxes had been laced with strychnine by Edmonds, who was trying to cover up her own crime by framing the shop. It wasn't until Mr. Beard revealed his affair with Edmonds that the truth came out, leading to her being declared insane and committed to an asylum. A more chilling case occurred on Halloween night in 1974. Ronald Clark O'Brien from Texas went trick-or-treating with his kids. He later handed his son Timothy a piece of candy, which Timothy ate before bed. Moments later, Timothy was vomiting and convulsing. He died in his father's arms on the way to the hospital. The candy had been laced with potassium cyanide, and it turned out that Ronald, deeply in debt, had taken out life insurance policies on his children. He had poisoned the candy himself, hoping to collect the payout. He was later convicted and sentenced to death, earning the grim nickname, the man who killed Halloween. It's terrifying how people like Christiana Edmonds and Ronald Clark O'Brien use sweets to harm others, but more often, the danger of sweets comes from accidents. On January 13, 2024, in England, Officer Chad Stevens noticed a car moving slowly on the highway. The woman inside was choking on chewing gum. He performed the Heimlich maneuver, saving her life just in time. Incidents like this happen more often than you'd think. In 2012, a woman tragically choked to death on gum after a fall. Even young children are at risk, like 3-year-old Damien Valencia, who choked on a candy the size of a quarter. Thankfully, he was saved by quick-thinking medical officers, but not all such stories have happy endings. In 2009, Ukrainian police received a call about an explosion in a man's mouth. They arrived to find a 25-year-old man gravely injured after an experiment with citric acid and a dangerous chemical called hexagon. A powerful explosive went horribly wrong. He didn't survive. Sometimes the danger isn't just to one person, but to many. In 2015, in the Caraga region of the Philippines, nearly 2,000 people fell ill after eating contaminated candies. The sweets, made in unsanitary conditions, were infected with harmful bacteria, including Staphylococcus. Fortunately, no one died, but the incident highlights the risks of poorly regulated food production. Other times, the consequences are much worse. In Pakistan in 2016, a man bought lettuce for his child's first birthday. Tragically, these sweets had been laced with toxic insecticide by the bakery owner during a dispute with his brother. The result was the loss of over 30 lives, including several family members of the birthday child. So next time you reach for a sweet treat, consider the hidden dangers that might be lurking inside. Stay vigilant and take care. And to stay informed on more unsettling yet eye-opening stories, be sure to subscribe to our channel.